Hi, my name is Reverend Ollie Preston. I live in Bridlington at the moment, I'm a vicar there, but I grew up in Scarborough. I am a Christian and I believe as a Christian that God made this world and that he made it good. The Bible says that God looked at the world that he'd made, that he said it was very good. And I believe that following Jesus means that I should care about the environment, about the people and the animals and the places, the different ecosystems. I believe that I've got a responsibility to care for everything in this world. I'm a part of this. God's put me here to live wisely and live well. And one of the most important ways that I can live wisely and well, Jesus says the most important rules for life are to love God and to love your neighbour as yourself. And so as I look around this world, I think, what does it mean for me to love my neighbour as myself? Whether I'm thinking about another human person on the other side of the world, Jesus says, being your neighbour isn't about living next door, it's about the person who needs your care. Is it about an animal in a different part of the world? Is it about an ecosystem like the Amazon rainforest? These are all things that God has created, my neighbours on this earth. A Christian charity a few years ago gave the line that we should, particularly in our country and other countries where we're very wealthy, where we've got lots of things, that we need to learn to live more simply so that others can simply live. To live more simply so that others can simply live. And their point was that often our lifestyles use so much stuff, so many resources, far more than our fair share. And that isn't just greediness, although sometimes it is, but also that has an impact on other people and other places around the world. That other people stay poor and struggle in their life. That other animals and ecosystems are pushed out of the way so that more stuff can be got and made for us. And that this has been a big part of what has been causing the climate crisis, that we've been using things more than we can afford to. Other animals and people and plants have been pushed aside so that we can have more than our fair share. And so I think a really helpful way to think about it is with the reuse, reduce, recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. You might have seen that label on loads of kind of things. It's become a very common little triangle which talks about the 3 ways that we can use resources more wisely. And the first one, maybe the most important, is to think about reducing. For me to look at the things that I want and the things that I think I need and say, do I really need those things? Is that something that I need for life or something that is actually a bit of a luxury? Do I need to use all the energy I use around the house? All the energy I use to travel? In my car, do I need to go on an aeroplane? I've decided I don't need to. That's one way that I'm going to love God and love my neighbour. Do I need all the stuff? Do you know how much energy and resources it takes to make one pair of jeans? It's enormous. Do I need a new pair of jeans, or could I patch my old ones or be okay with last season's style? Could I reuse something? Again, could I repair something instead of buying a new one? Could I go and get something second hand, so it's something that someone else has already enjoyed and now I can enjoy it too? And could I reuse the things that I've got? If I've finished with a piece of clothing or a toy or a book, rather than just putting it on a shelf forever or throwing it away, could I give it to someone else so that they can enjoy it and get good use out of it as well? And recycling. The third part of this triangle, think about all the packaging we've got. Thankfully, a lot of it's now recyclable. Cardboard and different kinds of plastic and metals. But all kinds of other things as well. It could be maybe if a piece of clothing is too broken, too many holes to get in too thin, could you upcycle it? Could you make it into a different thing? Could you use all these things in different ways? Could you be creative in how you recycle? Not just popping it in a bin, but thinking, what could this be? How could this be useful? So that I don't have to go and grow a new cotton plant. I don't have to go and cut down a new tree for a new piece of wood. How could you reduce, reuse, recycle? How do my choices affect my day-to-day life? How do my choices, how I live my lifestyle, affect other people's lives? Could I ask myself, live more simply so that others can simply live? What would it mean for me to live wisely in this world, to follow what I believe is Jesus' great command, to love God and to love my neighbour as myself? And how might that love be something I can show not just to other people who I know, but to people on the other side of the world who are affected by my choices, to the different animals and creatures that I share this world with, and to the ecosystems themselves, to the forests and the oceans, all the different parts of this world that God made, that he said, I believe, that God said was very good. I want to live wisely in this world, and I offer these ideas to you. Reduce, reuse, recycle. What might that look like for your life, I wonder? Thanks for listening. God bless.